actually being like, I don't actually care about you maiming yourself. I just don't want you to get blood spatter on the floors. They're new. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Boys. We're now into episode 3, which is called Barbary Coast. The Barbary Coast? Just Barbary Coast. Okay. So last episode, we had a very interesting ending to the episode. That's really what stood out to me the most. We saw that Billy finally conceded to his secret desire, let's be real, took the temporary V, and used it to question his witness, but then he actually kind of went overboard, took him out, didn't need to, but I feel like there's a lot of things that kind of factored into that, but Billy's kind of crossed the line now. Like, he has killed people before, but he usually only kills soups. This guy was not a soup, he was cooperative, and Billy killed him anyway, so I feel like we're gonna see a very interesting side to Billy. I feel like he's kind of on a little bit of a descent right now. He's very frustrated with the fact that he found out that he's been played by Vought this entire time. He learned that via Huey, who found out that the Congresswoman is actually a lackey of Vought as well. He's very upset. He just kind of felt like he's been betrayed from every side. And then, of course, as I said, Huey discovered the truth. He, too, is realizing that there's really no other way to get this done. Like, basically, Billy's way is kind of the only way to get things done in order to actually get true justice against these supers that do whatever they want. And then we see that Annie is also trying to navigate this new co-captain position. It's not necessarily going the way that she thought. And then of Homelander kind of mirroring Billy in these first couple of episodes. He's losing it, right? And with the death of Stormfront, he's kind of feeling very abandoned right now. He's getting very tired of playing nice, and we're seeing him start to lash out, and it's starting to kind of, like I said, that pressure cooker, the steam's starting to come out the sides here, and we saw a small fraction of it with that girl on the rooftop last episode. So a lot of things are kind of slowly coming together, and Mem is probably rejoining the team. You know, we're slowly starting to see things as far as the old group getting back together, but I'm not sure exactly what our objective's gonna be. We're still on the hunt for this Soulja Boy, or what happened to this Soulja Boy guy. So I'm very interested to keep seeing how this plot's gonna develop. We're gonna jump into it. But before I do, if it's your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions here to shows like this, as well as many other DC, Marvel, superhero-y, super villainy, supernatural, all the super stuff. If you're into it, please go ahead, join the fam. You can be notified when I do more reactions. And if you like this video, please show some love to that like button. It just helps me out a lot with my video being seen. And the same goes for those of you who've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back. Please hit that like button if you like what you see, and join the fam if you haven't already. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into episode 3 right about now.
Your shoulders, let your diaphragm do the rest.
We heard Annie talking about pageants last episode.
And that means that we do whatever it takes to win. So you go out there and just keep smiling. Okay, baby?
Horrible lesson, especially as a woman. Oh, we're allowed to have Britney Spears in this world, huh? Let me just turn this down for copyright, though. Excuse me, little Miss Christian girl, how you be down here? I don't feel like this choreo is appropriate for a child. That's the other thing that also bothers me a lot about pageantry in general, actually. The over-sexualization it does to children. Oh, honey. She about to pass out. Look at this kid. Fully in his narcissism.
What do you mean I'm up?
21 points with your base.
Great. Reinforcing this behavior.
44% uptake with white males in the Rust Belt.
Shock.
Oh, yes.
Who do we think he was going to appeal to?
Keep fucking going, Ashley. Don't stop.
Oh my God, this guy's probably getting an erection right now. I'm so sorry, Ashley.
That's got nothing to do with you. Just keep going.
You're not afraid to be yourself.
They want me to be myself?
Now,
No, they want you to justify all the crappy behavior they've ever done. He is never gonna stop taking that beat. Oh. Isn't that temporary? It's supposed to be temporary. I just don't think that something that genetically modifies you enough to have powers is gonna be a 24-hour thing ever.
The dreary sting of ennui, okay? You give her some space.
Ennui? Oh, we fancying this. We got some pod coffee.
The prodigal son returns.
The team's back, kind of.
What the fuck happened here, kid? You jacking off with razors again?
He
he weren't nothing but a Soups bootleg, eh?
Yeah.
That, my son, is a lifetime achievement at the Cunt of the Year Awards, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a lip.
It's not funny.
Can you please
Not her listening to death
break my
metal.
arm? Vicky will smell it if I fake being sick, so...
Nothing for the pain, I got opium.
Oh, just in your pocket?
do it pretty fast.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, go ahead.
Not him actually being like, I don't actually care about you maiming yourself. I just don't want you to get blood spatter on the floors. They're new. But how is he going to explain why his arm's suddenly broken? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Huey, what are you doing?
Two.
What the shit?
The way Billy's like,
I get the final say over the 2 slots. So why don't you run that past Homelander?
boop. Since you like admiring his salute so much. Is this the lady from last season that he sleeps with whenever he's bored?
We could go someplace warm.
We?
Just you and me.
He's in love with Kumiko. Back off. He only sleeps with you because Kumiko won't.
Sorry.
That man's in love. Don't kiss me in public. Everyone's gonna think we're together. Then he's gonna come to me. This is definitely gonna come back to Frenchie somehow. Good luck. Hopefully in your wherever you go next, if you make it there alive, you won't be stupid enough to get involved with drug people again. It's never worth it, guys. It's never worth it.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Right is right. Come on in.
They're all so shocked that he's being so
Didn't know he had it in him.
father-like. Kids will bring a lot out of you that you didn't even realize you had.
I wouldn't be here if this was just a phone call.
See how honest Billy is going to be. I feel like he's going to keep the Temp V thing quiet, at least to the team. He might tell her, though. But he's got that question about Soulja Boy. All these things from last episode are coming back now.
He's murdered other people and it's only getting worse. And you're just gonna be putting yourself and your family in.
He's still going to do it. Probably exactly like him.
Right, look, I need a second.
I'm really sorry, but please, you need to promise
Why
me
did you
that
even put the music there if you're going to yell?
So they chauffeuring you around now, huh?
Like you, Rihanna.
Get rid of that ridiculous suit!
You can come back to the crib with me. Sure the boys would love to see you, man.
I think you need this, bro. Deeply. You need to remember why you started this and not just the stupid life that's associated with it. I would actually really be happy if A-Train came to the conclusion of quitting by the end of this season, considering he messed himself up too much to continue running anyway. But I feel like he's going to end up dying heroically, maybe. Maybe.
Do you ever get scared of them?
Yep.
Me too.
Ryan needs friends so bad.
I'm sure you didn't mean it.
No, she did. Very much meant to, but it's a long story. I'm glad he's got someone to talk to about this who's not going to try to sugarcoat it or give him some stupid speech.
Your little oddity down in Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Nicaragua.
Really?
You sure?
Whatever it is William thinks he may have heard, he's mistaken.
We can't ask him again now because Billy killed him to death.
Not to mention I could be killed just for telling you.
And all your agents will get killed if you don't. Blimey.
I mean, have you not learned yet that Billy will definitely play chicken with you? He will absolutely play chicken with you as he's willing to die.
I was in charge of trafficking the coke into the U.S. and then using the profits to buy more weapons.
Damn, the U.S. government be gangsters, yo.
The unwritten policy was to sell the cocaine strictly to minority neighborhoods.
Yup.
Destabilize, demoralize, while staying out of white ones.
Yep. Ooh, I love that this season's bringing out the truths.
And the most idiotic of them all.
What do you say, gunpowder? Give him the 4th of July.
Let's light him up, Soulja Boy.
Hey, Jensen Ackles.
I do like the assertive type. You know, with a figure like yours, you are wasted down here.
Yeah, collectively, gag.
I'm sure this is disorienting.
Are you supposed to be a young, what's his name?
Stanford Edgar.
Yeah,
I'm an
Edgar.
associate with Bot American.
Always been fine.
Payback will embed themselves and fight alongside the
He's doing a really good job of impersonating the older Edgar, the mannerisms and stuff.
Oh, and we need a couple of your men to fetch water for our tents.
Fetch water? This is why people want to drown y'all. I would poison every last bucket. Oh, yeah, don't let us interrupt you now.
So, listen. If I'm gonna take a more central role on the team, then...
We actually can see his face?
Sadly, a black member is still a non-starter below the Mason-Dixon.
Well, I could be bigger than that. I could be Eddie Murphy.
Cute.
Not wearing the mask.
You have to. Whew, I love how the show takes real life issues and still like make sure people see what it's like, what it was like, what it's still like.
They're either humoring you or they're scared of you, but none of them like you.
You know, if you were a little nicer, maybe you'd find a man.
Maybe she don't want one.
Instead of out here playing Captain Lesbo.
Oh, was that supposed to hurt my feelings? Ew, I don't want to see it. He's having withdrawal symptoms, isn't he?
Return of the Deep. Hey.
Really? What am I saying? It's Homelander, of course.
I really want us to be sisters.
Ew!
It's 24 karat gold.
A
with
peace
certified
offering?
conflict-free diamonds.
Ew! Something that reminds me of you.
What makes you think that I want a daily reminder of the guy who fucking
Thank you.
mouth raped me?
Shall we?
And look at her actually grabbing onto this man after hearing another woman say that.
Do I need to remind you of the Flight 37 video?
Okay, let's play ball. Let's play ball. Let's see what happens.
Go ahead. Release it.
He snapped.
Then I'll have nothing to lose.
There's that.
I'll just wipe New York off the fucking map.
As long as you leave Canada alone. I'm kidding.
Being feared is A1 okie doke by me.
Do you have a counter?
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Call his bluff.
Really can do whatever the fuck I want.
He'd believe that. Do we have to see this?
You're so fucking wet.
Oh, it's all you, baby. It's all
No, I think the season premiere is still more disturbing, but it's damn close. Yeah, temp, eh? Temporary.
I have to paste on a smile. With Homelander growing more unstable by the hour.
You signed up for this, Annie. I'm sorry. But I mean, you could also say no. Now we're back to the flashback in the beginning of the episode. Smile through the pain.
It's been right all along. I'm just so
Tired of losing.
He's not necessarily right. He's got points, but I wouldn't say he's right. Because who are you going to be if you sink to the levels like Homelander literally has no morals left? Do you want to be that person? And are you not just the new Homelander if you keep going too far?
Listen, I'm Michael Jordan. I'm not Malcolm X.
Okay. You think you're with white folks here. You want to be down with the cause. Talk about the causes that matter to people who look like you. You think they care about your fake Wakanda knockoff outfit? Come on. Told you shouldn't have met up with that girl. This is why you don't make decisions when you're emotional.
All right, mate.
And you do know he has super hearing, right?
Your mum used to give me these when I was under the weather.
same.
He's so sweet.
Don't half leave your mouth dry than a nun's.
Hair.
You were gonna say vagina.
Something like that.
Your heart's racing, I can hear it. And your blood smells funny too.
Okay. You better come through with all these powers. Your blood smells funny. How interesting. Wow.
Those are my men!
God, that chick was always a mess, but then again, she's been doing the drugs. Why are you running? This is all your fault? Good. Serves you right. Woo! That was a cool shot with the side impact. So the moral of the story is that soups still suck. Got it. I mean, I really want to feel sad about this, but considering the fact that they were trafficking drugs at this place that they were then going to sell to the black community, not so sad that this camp ended up this way. Yeah.
No, we saw it! We saw it! They took his body!
And you did nothing? Great teammate. Don't you have the power to explode things?
What your boy did to my family. But you didn't think I needed to know the truth?
It wasn't that simple.
She just said that she could be killed for talking about this. People don't seem to understand that classified means classified. The fact that Ryan's hearing all of this, a little disturbing.
If you'd have told me about this sooner, Homelander might already be dead. Ryan wouldn't be running from one safe house to the next, wondering when his nut of dad's gonna drop out of the sky.
All valid. All valid.
This was never about Ryan or Becca.
Oh,
He was
now
always selfish.
we flipped the script. Last episode you were saying he's not such a bad guy.
You are your father. Always have been.
Well, look at you lashing out because you're in the wrong. Wow.
You said you'd always watch out for me. You promised.
Ryan, let go.
I won't let you.
Well, maybe I don't want to look at you after what you've done.
Don't, Billy, no. Why would you do this? I knew it was coming and I was really hoping you'd never do it. You didn't need to do that, Billy. You would deserve it.
I hate you.
He's way more self-control than you ever did, Billy. And he's 10. Such a dick. And you didn't need to do that. You could have just said it wasn't safe and that's it. Yeah, exactly. He's a kid. Becca's kid. What a mess.
Do you remember Mikhail Petrov? You wait for him to come home. He's
God. A monologuer, of course.
Where is Shelly?
He doesn't know, for real.
So unless you want the full weight of the government up your ass.
We both have had bigger things than the government up our asses.
Wait. That didn't sound the way I think it was supposed to sound.
Excellent. Okay, so I
like the subtle shade. You fried up all your little friends and girlfriends, hey?
Big leagues, buddy. Nothing but the best for you.
Good. That's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. I hate oysters so much, and I hate seeing people eat oysters.
Dr. Martin Luther King. He was villainized, persecuted.
Don't you dare! Oh my God, this is triggering.
No one can stop me.
Aren't y'all happy? Oh, no one wants to eat anymore?
Free at last.
Oh.
What's for you, big guy?
Me?
Didn't even touch it.
South Korean delicacy.
Holy shit, it's Timothy. Oh my God.
Not as...
I can't eat him. I'm not gonna eat him. Oh, yes, you can.
Deep.
I don't feel bad for him at all. You want to back in this twisted nightmare when you know what this man is like? But I guess the difference is that Deep used to be high all the time or drunk. Yeah. I know the wife just said that because she's jealous that Deep be looking at that octopus and having all kinds of weird whatever's going on whenever they're together. That's jealousy right there. Y'all, this is the worst mukbang ever. I don't want to see it. Look at her. She's so happy that her competition is getting eaten. Why is this show so gross? I can't look at this, you guys. This is so revolting.
Wasn't that delicious?
No, it was revoltingly disgusting. You freak. Oh. Oh, wow. I think you're only supposed to do one of those suckers at a time.
Get on the phone. Give her a call. Right now.
I mean, Butchered usually does have a plan. They're twisted, dangerous, horrible, usually ends in carnage, but they somehow work out.
Because my son.
My
We're
son.
going to Russia.
Ah, that makes sense.
Do you really think I'm gonna bail on you now? I'm an asshole, but I'm not that much of an asshole.
I don't trust him. And exactly what kind of a guy do you think he's going to become around Homelander and the Deep? Heck, A-Train right now. All the men in that group are toxic, maybe short of Noir.
If there's anything that I've learned.
Oh, no. Why? Ew. Why? That is literally my worst nightmare. Ugh. Guys, sorry. Vomit is the one thing I can't handle.
What the fuck?
Exactly. Oh my God. Ew, if that ever happened to me, not only are we friends off, I would probably kick your ass. Believe me, ladies, this was a blessing. She saved your life.
Amigo, el honor es todo mío, hermano.
I'm gonna throw up, and it's gonna be green.
You deserve a second chance.
Thank you, Starlight. Looks like we've all grown.
This is disgusting.
Not at all. Starlight here insisted on it.
Wow.
Keep your distance,
Wow.
pal.
He is playing. Starlight, you need to call this man's bluff.
It's time we let the world know. Starlight and I are in love.
No.
It came out of me.
Okay, that was perfect.
Oh, look who's hearing the side pitch noise now.
And a girl.
And action.
No, there is nothing in the world that would make me do this. He could laser my face off because that would be less painful than this. And the way they throw back to the song of when she was doing the most painful thing in her life. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know that this is all for the promise of being able to kill this SOB at some point, but it would just not be enough for me. I just couldn't. My skin is crawling and it's not even real. Like, that's how cringe this is. Oh, man, this show knows how to absolutely push buttons you didn't even know you had. Woo! This was a skin-crawling episode on so many levels. Wow. I feel like there was a lot of things as usual that happened. They packed so much into this hour. I feel like it's impossible to cover it all, but I think the highlights being, you know, if we're going to talk about Starlight since we ended on it, seeing that since she was a child, she was taught, like many women are taught, to smile and bear it, to deal with the absolute worst, especially when it comes to male relationships and interactions, especially if they want to succeed. Put on a smile even though you're in pain. Put on a smile even though it hurts. And it's a horrible lesson. It's a terrible lesson. And it's one that absolutely causes the most damage. But it's a world that many of us live in. And like I said, as women, we're often taught that we're not supposed to speak up for ourselves. We're not supposed to fight for what we want. We're not supposed to stand up. We're supposed to grin and bear it because it's for the better of everything. Now, of course, we know that Starlight did not want to do this, right? She called Huey. She wanted to get out as soon as she realized that Homelander is snapped. But again, she's trying to look at what's the greater good here. And the greater good would be that if this weapon is found that could actually kill Homelander, they finally have what they need to take him down, or at least get him to stand down. But like I said, I personally couldn't do it, especially because Homelander is so depraved. Like there's no bottom limit for Homelander. There's no basement. There's no, like, he will go beneath hell. He will go under hell if that's what it takes. Like, he doesn't care. And that's why you can't really play these games with him in the sense of like putting up with it. And that's why I said in the little confrontation between him and her when she said release the video, or he said release the video, and she was like, what? Like, his speech was well crafted. Don't get me wrong. I've been saying this since episode 1 where I'm like, y'all be playing like this man won't do all those things he just said, like go and take out infrastructure, go for the White House, do all this stuff. But the part that I knew was bullshit, the part that was cap, and the part that I wish that Annie understood enough about Homelander to know is when he said that he wouldn't mind being loved, but being feared was he was just as good with being feared. That's not true. That's 100% not true. Homelander would not give a damn about numbers and ratings and all that other stuff if being loved and revered was not part of it. Gods don't exist without worship, right? And we saw him talking about that in the last episode when he referred to himself as a god, and he was giving his speech about how people, gods don't apologize. Gods need to be worshipped in order to be meaningful. They need to be worshipped in order to exist. So being hated or feared, people don't fear a god like that, right? Like, yes, there are religions that, instill the idea that if you go against God, it's going to punish you in some way. But the kind of fear he's talking about is visceral fear of man, really, right? Because he is a man. And that's not what he wants, because that's what happened as a child, right? Some of the earliest flashbacks we saw of Homelander is like the first time I think that we probably had his first mental fracture was when his caregivers stepped back from him in fear. That's his biggest fear. When Ryan did it last season, when he tried to get Ryan to come to him and Ryan stepped back in fear. Homelander does not want fear. That is actually his worst nightmare. He does not want to be irrelevant. He does not want to be feared. He wants people to love him. And of course, he's so twisted and broken that he'll take the fake, hero worshipy, very fickle love that the people are giving him. But he cannot live without it. That's what he needs. And so he would die. If that video came out, no, he really would not want that video to come out. But of course, Homelander knows that fear is something that works. And that threat worked on Starlight. She was like, oh crap, like, is he actually going to go around and do all those things? And is it going to be on me if he does it, right? So this is where Annie, and we saw a lot of this in the first and second season. Annie tends to sadly kind of overestimate how hard she can go up against Homelander or some of these guys, because she is a good person and she does have a moral center. her and she has her limits, but she doesn't realize the people she's playing with are not like that. Homelander will do whatever. There really is, like I said, there's no limit, no bottom line for him. So sadly, she doesn't know. Because I mean, if Billy had been there, that threat, there's no way Homelander would have even given that threat to Billy Butcher, because Butcher would have been like, I call bullshit. You absolutely need people to love you, and I am going to destroy absolutely everything about your life and make sure your son sees the monster you are, right? He would have done everything and Homelander would have shut up, right? Because Homelander, yes, he's got all this power, but the reason he's controllable, the reason why Vought can keep him right here is because he's still trapped up here into desiring people to love and accept him, which is a very human thing, by the way. So anyway, poor Annie, like now this whole extra, now we're going to be together. Obviously, Homelander is doing this because of what the girl said about the numbers combined being highest ever. And not surprising too, like the way that they said that thing too, how she said that his numbers went up with older white males in the South. Are we shocked? I love that the show is calling out a lot of the societal and cultural things in the US. You know, they do a really good job of mixing current and real with, you know, this fantastical world. This extra step now of Starlight having to pretend to be in a relationship with Homelander. And especially this moment, like, because right now, Homelander doesn't have a sexual outlet, and that is always dangerous. And this is why I feel like Annie's got to be very careful here, because Homelander, I would not be surprised at all if he expects Annie to fulfill these duties beyond the cameras, because he is that twisted person. He would love nothing more than to get Annie denigrated to that point, because of the kind of man that he is, the narcissist and the misogynist that he is. So I'm really hoping that something happens before Annie's put in that position. I haven't seen Maeve at all this episode either, but I feel like Maeve might step in and do something at some point. You know, she does seem like she's kind of over letting Homelander do whatever to other women, but we'll have to see. But yeah, this whole episode really was, I think, focusing on how much Annie is really just getting screwed over by this situation. Her staying with the Seven and staying in Vought is just not working out, because even the Deep coming back and the fact that she's got to sit here and lie and, you know, pretend that she's okay with her actual assaulter sitting there smiling and grinning and kitting teeth in front of her, like that. Like I said, there's just some things I could never live with. I could never do. Like, she should have burnt his face off. I don't care what anyone says. She should have burnt the dick off. That would have been me. But here we are. And don't even get me started on the Deep's wife. I've already talked about that. I'm really hoping that she does not make it out of season 3. But anyway, outside of that, of course, we saw Billy dealing with the after effects of taking the Temp V. I knew there would be. I said it would be like a drug. I do think Billy's definitely going to take another hit. Probably it's not going to be until that happens that they'll figure out that something has happened. Unless, of course, poor Huey figures out that vomit's not supposed to be violent green. Maybe he'll notice something is up. But yeah, we see that it was supposed to be 24 hours. It has been longer than 24 hours, and Billy is still feeling the effects, but I assumed something like that. I said it. There's no way you can take something that genetically alters you to the point of having superpowers and have it just disappear after 24 hours. There's no way. Or if it does, it probably does a lot of damage to your body on the way out, which seems like it's doing to Billy, but we'll have to see. It just might be a situation where it's withdrawal. But going into kind of Billy and going to the safe house, I kind of knew this thing with Ryan was probably going to happen at some point. I thought it was going to happen last season, to be honest, when, you know, right after Becca died, when he was in a highly emotional state. But we see here that Billy did it again. It was completely a knee-jerk reaction to what the blonde chick said. I keep forgetting her name. Because she took back everything she said last episode about him being a better guy and better than his father, because Billy rightfully called her out on holding information back that cost lives and caused a lot of misery that didn't necessarily need to happen. And you know how it goes as humans, right? Like, Billy said that to her, called her out, her defenses went up, she pushed back, then his defenses went up, and sadly, poor Ryan came in and he just got the blowback from that. He didn't deserve it. And I understand that Billy realizes that he is, like, just like the, what's her name said at the beginning, that if Billy keeps showing up to see Ryan, it's probably going to lead Homelander or Vought to Ryan at some point. But again, Ryan's not a 5-year-old. Like, Ryan is old enough to be spoken to. He's highly intelligent, clearly. He's very emotionally intelligent. And Billy, like, I don't understand why Billy just couldn't have, I shouldn't say I don't understand. I just explained the situation. Like, I know why he lashed out. But my point is, he could have, even before this, just sat Billy down or sat Ryan down and just said, hey, here's the situation. You know, we're trying to keep you safe from your dad, but the reality is your dad and people at Vought are looking at me. They're always going to look at me. And if I keep seeing you, they're going to find you, and you know what happens if your dad finds you. So unfortunately, I have to keep my distance from you. I'm not saying Ryan would have taken it well. This kid's got understandable abandonment issues right now, and he definitely feels like he needs something that connects him to his mother. That was why he had the reaction that he did, the eyes, the grabbing Billy, the clinging to him. He doesn't know Billy from a hole in the wall. It's not that deep, but it really is about that emotional connection that he needed after losing the only parent he's ever known. But like I said, he's a very intelligent little boy, and I'm pretty sure that he would have figured it out. But yeah, I was scared of this happening because it definitely leaves the door open for Ryan to have a negative response. Like, it's funny because, you know, again, Homelander, Ryan, and Billy all have this thread that connects them of having abandonment issues, right? Of having issues around their parentage and connection. You know, with Billy having an abusive father, an absentee mother, I mean emotionally absent, and basically throwing those attachment issues onto Becca, which she talked about back in season 2 about how their relationship was dysfunctional because of it. And you got Homelander, we already know his emotional attachment issues, again, very valid. And then now we've got poor Ryan, who has always kind of wondered who his dad is, but now realizes his dad's a psychopath, and now he's lost his mother. So all three of them have this thing where they don't want to be abandoned, they don't want to be alone, but they don't know how to handle it. And now Ryan's always had kind of a balanced and emotionally healthy way to deal, but now that he's with this CIA agent who, you know, is willing to do whatever it takes, Billy's now turned his back on him. His dad's out there. Like, I'm a little scared for what Ryan might do or how he might lash out. I also feel like he's going to be much more open to, if Homelander does find his way back to Ryan at some point, I can almost see Ryan being open to it at this point because he's just wanting somebody, some family, someone to care about him, or even potentially a way to get back at Billy for saying what he said in that moment, right? So it's just sad to me. It didn't need to happen. Poor Ryan. I don't know. I'm hoping it doesn't go that way, but I feel like this show is the kind of show that will probably take us there. Ryan's whole existence, you know, we still have to figure out what it really means in the grand scheme of things, and I don't think it's just to be a catalyst for Homelander. But was there anything else in this episode? No, I think outside of the flashback, finally getting to see Black Noir's face pre-burns, understanding his story, I feel really bad for him, actually. Understanding now why he just kind of walks around quietly like he's been through some stuff. But yes, getting the history on Soulja Boy. And as I said earlier, I don't think Soulja Boy's dead. The fact that they didn't actually see a body, that his body was taken by the Russians, sounds very Winter Soldier-y to me. Just saying. Yeah, another great episode. Deep, icky as hell. Don't want to talk about the seafood scene. It's just, yeah, that's what he deserves. But yes, so much fun to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please leave a thumbs up on this video. And if I missed anything, please put it in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video.